This is the story of a girl who went to Ireland to find home. A girl went to Ireland and had expected to feel something, to feel connected and to feel an overwhelming sense of home. She went to find the place to belong, her tūranga waiwai, a place to stand. So she started in Dublin. She drank too much Guinness, visited buildies and pennies and stores full of shamrocks and leprechauns and trinkets of saints. With a friend, she wandered through streets of people over bridges on the Liffey. Alone, she walked through the grounds of Trinity College and she took off her shoes to try and feel the ground her ancestors had walked on. The Free Church of Ireland had given her ancestor his certificate to bless people. She walked along O'Connell Street and no one noticed her. The girl just blended in. She found the GPO and she rubbed her hands over the bullet holes in the walls. She stood quietly on the steps where her red-headed ancestor was shot on Easter Monday, 1916. She caught the train to see where the boys had lived, the brothers of Bray, her great-grandfather. She visited the library and with her friend's mother searched for the stories of the places she longed for. She was searching for the working-class Catholics she had painted in her mind. She found Protestants wealthy, bridge builders from Ballina, and the librarian left her to cry at the computer. She walked to their homes, freestanding, white, with fences. So she visited the sea. She placed her feet in the water and buried her toes in the hard pebbles. She knew that when you place your feet in the sea, it washes to every other shore. So she went to Kerry and a town called Tralee. She watched young women trying to connect with the past while paving a path towards their own future. She met a man in a pub who told her to support Kerry and told her that the wallet she wanted was made by the IRA. She then noticed the people walking around that tent where two old men sold DVDs about murders. She walked through the castles of Killarney and heard tin whistles in Dingle, and she stood on the shore in the Gaeltacht and reached out to the Blasket Islands. But she could not touch them, they weren't hers to hold. So she went to Cork to be amongst her people of red hair and pale skin, children who didn't notice, and parents who had brought them, showing them that they were beautiful and loved and adored. She cleaned a house older than the Treaty of Waitangi and ate crayfish with beer in the bay of Crosshaven. She heard music of barons and fiddles and songs sung far too high about misery, and she was kicked out of the pub by the Garda. She whispered to rebels and learnt about trees full of fairies, and she stood on that shore and waited for that feeling. She returned to town and she met the last boy from the Blaskets, and she promised him she'd learn Irish. So she moved to the north and arrived in Belfast. She slept in a bombed hotel and walked along streets covered in murals. She moved in a black cab and visited Falls Road and a Wall of Peace. She rubbed her fingers over names on plaques of women the same age as her. She sat with cab drivers in pubs and listened to words about Scotland and independence. And then she caught the train to Lurgan with a poppy in her hand, after warnings from people which she ignored. She walked around empty streets where her grandfather was from, and where people stopped and smiled brightly. She found the memorial and left her poppy to blow away. She walked past police stations covered in barbed wire and back to a train station where a mother and son said goodbye to each other after holding on just a little bit too long. A girl went to Ireland and she never felt that sense of home, but she feels it wherever she is, on her shoulder and through her hair, and every time she talks a little bit more than she should.